Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
First of all, let us give thanks to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala for His blessing and gifts. We can participate in today's seminar in a good health. Today, October 2, 2020, 2022, we will monitor the seminar with the title Linux Fundamental. Hopefully, we can take some time good. Oh, sorry. Hopefully, we can take something good and get benefit for the future with the material that will be delivered today. Amen. As is well, as is well known, this seminar event was organized by Zaki Ali Khan. Time is yours.
Oke, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Abalikans, and today I will be the material cover for the Linux Fundamental seminar. And okay, we can go to the materials first and Linux. Linux. So that you know what's Linux. Okay, maybe if you don't know what's Linux, I will introduce first what's Linux. Linux the operating system is same as Windows or Mac, but Linux is more used for technological or system purpose, such as airplane flight, television, internet access, Android website, and others. The program it all have to do with the Linux image, and Linux is open source because it can be accessed for free and can be modified by users who use it. Okay, the meaning stack is Linux is the limit of technological or system that is always used for our life and is very important for our life and for our future. Linux will be always used for as it's the same with Windows and Mac, but it's very impact for the technological and for system or operating system. Okay, like I said before, without us knowing Linux, it's always used in our life. It's for airplane or internet access, smart TV website, and Android. So we always use Android or phone that we don't know. Android is used Linux image. That with Linux, Android can be used for person. And we always go to some city with this airplane and that you know SharePoint is used with Linux too. With Linux, the communication for airplane is can be used for and internet access. Internet access from microtik or from in the home or from uh, this net is used Linux 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 too. Yes, like as before, Linux is always used for technological system like this one, internet access that I use Linux and okay. For the next is CLI. What is CLI? CLI is something that is used to manage the system only by writing or text based. Example of CLI are terminal, command prompt, and others. Okay, I think you know what is CLI. CLI is just the text in software, like in the command prompt or terminal, that we always use for ping person or ping Google or something. Then use CLI. And for Linux, the CLI is very important for Linux, and because that I will introduce what is CLI. Again, now I will show you my CLI. This is CLI for my Linux. I use Linux OS for my laptop, and I download and yeah, I have two Linux in my laptop, two OS, sorry, two operating system in my laptop that I use. For now, I use Linux and I have Windows too. Okay, I open Terminal. Like I said before, Uh, CLI is can use for terminals. The CLI or command line interface is like coming from and CLI, and there's others CLI software you can download free in the Chrome and download with license in the Chrome. It's a CLI. Uh, okay, this only the text, and this is the meaning of CLI or command line interface. This is the interface, and this is the command line. Okay, I've introduced for CLI. For next is SSH. Secure Shell or SSH is a transfer protocol that allows user to control a device remotely or remotely via an internet connection. Okay, that you know, I will introduce first SSH before we go into the Linux command line. Okay, that SSH is you can remote your Linux server or web server from your home. Like you have the server, uh, you have the server in the office that you do not know, you do not want to go to the office for remote or control the server. That because that you can use the technology is the name is SSH that you can control or remote far from the server or Linux server with the software is the example software is PuTTY, Mobile Term, and Command Prompt and Termius. Okay, I will show you one what is PuTTY, what is Mobile Term, and Command Prompt, and then Termius. This is a software that you can use for SSH that remote your server with from your home. Okay, I will search PuTTY. I haven't downloaded PuTTY because this is my Linux. This is not my Windows, and I have PuTTY, Termius, and Mobile Term in my Windows. And is the PuTTY okay? Before you SSH your uh, server, you should to enter your hostname and IP address and with port of your server, and then you can open and he will be show like this. This is the interface of PuTTY. And I think I do not always I not use always with PuTTY. I always use Termius, but before that I will show you mobile term. Okay, this is mobile term like this. Uh, same with PuTTY that you should to enter the user and IP and then port for your server, and it will show the interface. It will be show the interface like this, and you can remote and control your system or your Linux server from your home. Okay, and the next is there is a command prompt or terminal like this one. Okay, for enter the user, I can give the syntax of the text or SSH like SSH. User is admin and give the IP address of your server. Okay, and then I can enter. Okay, there is no port because uh, I don't have the server that with this IP and this user. And because that, I will show you uh, when I have the server and I can SSH my server from my home. Okay, that is for terminal, and it's for terminals that I always use for SSH. I use terminals because it's pretty good SSH software. Terminals. Okay, this is terminals. It has a good UI that make the user is love with the software and love this application. And because that use I always SSH my server from this from Kernel. But Kernel has the license and he just give the trial of for free is just 15 days and for my price has been end and because that I cannot use this game but I can make the new Gmail for get the new Kernel trial with Kernel that it will be give the trial and furthermore is license and use I should to keep my money to Kernel for get the more day for use Kernel. And you can select for color of canvas for shell eye like this. It can be green, white, and maybe yellow. And I was choose with uh, like understudy color, like coding color, because that I always use canvas that it can setting or custom for the UI and for the color. They did it for SSH software. For the next is VM or virtual machine. It's a type of software that is used so that we can use physical machine or virtual software virtual machine. What's the meaning? The meaning is you can use the machine with virtual or you uh, just with virtual you can you not use the machine with hardware or hardware or uh, by go to the counter of machine. But with VM, you can use the machine that you want with virtual of with software, and you do not need with hardware. And just download and install, and you can use the machine that you want with virtual. Like you want to have the server, that server is for the hardware is very big, and I think is for the you should have that much money to get it. And with virtual machine or VM, you can get the server with free, I think, and you can use it every day and without play the hardware or setting and configuration in the hardware. Like uh, for the virtual machine software, I always use VMware and VirtualBox. This is VirtualBox. That you can enter your virtual machine that you want, but you already show to install first. You install like you want to web server. You should install web server in some website, and then you can enter in the uh, virtual machine software, virtual machine software. I like this. In the picture, we have Ubuntu desktop. Like you have the new laptop with virtual, yeah, which is like a virtual machine too. You can uh, get the new laptop in the laptop that you can control the laptop in the virtual machine. The virtual machine is VirtualBox. You have Ubuntu desktop and Windows, and then CentOS. CentOS is the OS from Linux too, Oracle Linux and other. Okay, for this picture, he running the Windows OS in the virtual machine. That you can download the Windows first, Windows OS ISO first, and then you can enter good to the virtual machine, and he will be start and running like this. That you can control and remote Windows OS in your laptop. Like there's a laptop in the laptop, and then I will show the difference. Uh, the other the other software for VirtualBox is VMware. I always use this, but this is a license, and I have license, and because that I use the VMware because it's very good for the UI. Like as before, when I use the terminals, and use have a UI that make the user is love with the application or the software. Like the firmware, he give the it give the good UI that can make me good for use this virtual machine, and I'll always enter the server machine and then router machine that so that I can use the virtual machine in the software. Okay, that's the meaning of virtual machine. Uh, like the meaning is can use physical machine only through the software of virtual machine. Okay, for the next is Linux desktop. This is the Linux desktop like I said before. You can run the laptop and a laptop, and I can run Linux desktop in my Windows, but I have two OS in my laptop that I can run Linux desktop, Linux and Windows. And for now, I use Linux. And this is the Linux desktop. He have a very good UI. Uh, and then have the good terminal that you can change the color and the managing file is the Linux desktop. And there's the other desktop. This is the Ubuntu, and this is for the Debian. Yes, Debian Linux desktop. This is same like just same the Windows and Mac, but this is the different OS or the different operation system that have the different language. When if the Linux is used for system and Windows is always used for server only. Okay. The next is Linux server. Linux server is just command line or CLI. Like I say before, the server is only used for command line interface, and you should to know and memorizing about the language of Linux server or memorizing the language of Linux. So you not like click and click, but you only type type and enter. This Linux server only text only text. Okay, I think there is a terminal here that I can run in like this in my terminal, but I forgot about the syntax or the text that I can uh, sh- that I can show like this. And then Linux server is I cannot run Linux server in my Linux desktop. So because that I should to have the server, or I can download the server ISO and run in the virtual machine and start it and have it, but in my Windows. I haven't downloaded for my Linux. Okay, the next is kernel. If you want learning about Linux, you should to know what is kernel. Okay, kernel is the meaning the driver in the Windows or the Mac that make the hardware can run and use for the user hardware, and then kernel, and then shell or the command line, and then application. Okay. Uh, if you do not understand, kernel is like driver. That the hardware is cannot be run uh, without kernel, and with kernel hardware is can be run and used for like the example is Bluetooth kernel or Bluetooth driver in the Windows, and the laptop if the laptop have the Bluetooth hardware, it can it cannot be run without driver or a system. Driver is like system, and if the driver is will be there in the system, the Bluetooth of that hardware is can be run. So without driver or kernel, the hardware in the Linux is cannot be run or cannot be used for the user. And then until kernel there is shell or command line. Then until command line is application or like UI like this. Before be like this, there is shell or command line only this. Okay, I will show you uh, the application and the command line. or the shell. Okay, this is my shell or shell I. Then this is my application. Okay, when I click ls, it will be show what is the directory in the home. There is document, music, public templates, desktop, downloads, pictures, snap, and videos. Like in here, like here, this document download music, picture, public, snap, template, and videos. And there is cat person D, like here, cat person D. This is the shell, and this is the application that have the UI, because that here there is a shell first and then application. For make the user is easy for useful. And then if I open download, just like be like this file that I download, and I can enter the download file too for my shell I cd download. Okay, the file is okay, sorry, cd download, and I will show what is the file in the download shell. Okay, Google Chrome stable current M64. I will search Google Chrome stable current this one file. And then River Mountain Scanner Digital Art, this one, and River Mountain, this one, Rock and Roll, this one, and other file. This is the shell I or command line. This is the directory from the application. Okay, that is for the difference of shell and application. Okay, now I think you should be understand. This is like the example. CPU memory device it cannot be used for the user and cannot be run without kernel. Go to the kernel first, and then shell, and then application. The user can be used with the application because the kernel. Okay, it's like that. And then I will show you which Linux I can use. Like I said before, there are very much Linux OS or operating system that you can use. Like the first is I know about Ubuntu, Red Hat, Pop OS, Zorin OS, and Sun OS. Ubuntu is like I use now. It have the good UI or user interface, good user interface. It's like this. Wow, I like it because that I use Ubuntu. And up to you if you want choose that you want Ubuntu or Red Hat or Pop OS, Zorin OS, Sun OS. But I think for the good UI is have Zorin OS. I will choose first from the Red Hat. Red Hat. I not use Red Hat, but it's good for the system language. But it's why I not use it because it license. I don't have the license and I cannot buy it. Because of that I use the free OS or operation system. And then there's a Pop OS. Pop OS is the Linux operation system. Is have a good UI too, like this one. Oh, I like it, but I like the Ubuntu. And then for the next is Zorin OS. He have the UI that like MacBook. Zorin OS have like MacBook UI. Zorin OS 16 version. Oh, it have a good UI that I like it, but I cannot install it because I don't have the file that I show to enter. I should I can use for. If I have it, I will. I think I will be use it for my laptop or my OS. It's very good UI. like MacBook, right? macOS, it's the same. Like little, just little difference. But for the good, I think the macOS have the good UI because from Apple. And the last is Sun OS. It's the same with Ubuntu or Pop OS. Oh, like, and the normally UI and I not use it because I don't like it. I use Ubuntu Sun OS. Okay. For the recommendation for me, I think you should choose the Ubuntu and Pop OS and Zorit. It's the three recommended for me and because I have the good UI and the simple language from Linux. And then certification of Linux. The certification that you can get for work that if you have this certification, very much company that search for the person that have this certification. RHGSA is the Red Hat certification. RHGSA exam. That's from Red Hat because that you should to know about the managing file of Red Hat. And if you have this, I think very much company that want you to work in the company. But it's license from Red Hat and license too for the certification is uh, 9 million I think. And then for the second certification is LFCS. Okay. The meaning of RHGSA is Red Hat Certification System Administrator. And for the second is LSGA. Oh, sorry, LFCSS certification. That this is the this is the certification of Linux Foundation from Linux, but before this from Red Hat. This is from Linux actually. Linux Foundation Certificate System or LFCS. That if you have this, I think very much company that want you to work in the company. And for the next is I will introduce you from the syntax, uh, a number of syntax in the Linux. This is a file hierarchy. File hierarchy is file system and management. That is the slash. What is slash? Slash is the root. That all of the permission of Linux is have in the slash or root. That if you go to the slash user, that you can have the all of permission of this file, all of this folder. Like I want to go to the root, for example. Okay, okay, I cannot enter. I think that I will show you for the slash or root user. And then slash primary root and root directory that have the all of permission of file system hierarchy. And then slash boot is the bootloader's file kernels and init rd. That is the permission of kernel is have in the user boot. Then USR secondary hierarchy for it on the user data, and all of user data user is have in the slash usr or here all of the user data is that is here in slash usr. Then dev essential device hardware like USB and external hard drive is will be in the slash dev. Rest of dev okay here. If you enter your USB or external hard drive, this will be in here there. And then etc or slash etc file configuration all of system. All of configuration system file is in the etc. here. And then home, use a non-root home directory. Non-root or not slash that not have all of permission from this file in here. Home is the non-root user and for TMP temporary files. And then slash var, and this is for the variable data that have a configuration system like file and then database and log. All of log data or not, it will be slash var and others. And then root user or home directory of root is slash root until slash maybe there is a root or home of slash. And then listing file and directory. This is file and directory, and this is file system and file management too. Is the syntax or the command line for Linux the basic syntax. ls for show the what is the file in the directory like I show you before. Like I go to the download and I want to shall I show for file that in the directory download with ls. I will be show it like this, like that. Then cat for show uh, the file. Like I make the file with the text like I will make file first txt. Okay, sorry. Okay, this hi. I'm exactly. Okay. I will cat the key that I will and it will show what is uh in the exactly txt file. Hi and just like that. I will remove them. Okay. Show the output, but we show from the first until end. Uh, uh, for show the file with short, I show to enter to the root user, but I forget the password of root. And then for the head, we show the output only the head or the first file in the directory. Uh, yeah, will give the example. Head, sorry. Okay, we will show the head of the file too on it, like the first file until next head. But for the show, the end of the file is this tail. Only show the tail of the directory and this tail will show the end of the file, the mid from the end until end. It's different, right? But the same directory is etc pass svd. But if you want to show all of the file cat, you can use cat etc and svd. It will show all of the file, not head and not only tail. It's the Linux syntax. It's PVD for now where you are now. Like I will begin go to the terminal. Okay, I will go and I will make the directory. I will clean. Okay, I will uh, give the syntax preview. Okay, now I'm in the home, leisure of novel, and then in the downloads and in the directory of Zaki, like this. Okay. And then LSI is waiting for show the hidden file. Hidden file that there's a file that hidden. You can click ls state a and like this. And the result I will be show the original file. Okay. Sweet test that is the hidden file and like this is the hidden file. And then next here is for make directory like I showed before when I make directory Zaki. I'll remove first and next thing Zaki file. And when I show in the download it will be there is the Zaki file and I can in because it's directory. Yeah. And then for the move syntax is empty. Empty is for rename and for move the file. And then for the next is I have soup, clear and story, rmg or save rf, copy and toast. So it's for enter the root user that show to enter the password like this password. And I have forgot for the password because I cannot in for the root user and clear for clear of the shall I that we run before clear and will be clear all delete all and history to show what I watched before to show I watched children download and next directory Zaki in the history and then copy RMGR and RMRF. RMGR is for remove directory that the directory like I got to download. There's a directory the exact file and I will be remove the Zaki file. Okay, so type it. And in downloads is will be not there is no Zaki file again. But I will make again make directory Zaki and I will go to the Zaki directory and then make the directory here make the file here file Zaki. Okay. Now my directory is have a file in my directory in the Zaki directory. How I can remove it? The syntax is different. If you want to remove the directory, uh, there's nothing file in the directory and remove file that the directory has have a file. If I run there, Zaki didn't want directory not empty or not directory is empty because that I use the rm there rm rf Zaki. Okay, rest is directory Zaki is nothing again. There's nothing here. Then copy is for copy file. Let's just copy like visual, like copy file and use the cp. Then toss is for make file or like I show you. Like I will touch zaki.txt. I will be make the new file here and I will remove with rm. Then I can make The three file as usual, touch, Jaki, 1 until 3 dot txt, and we will make three file of Jaki. Okay, there is three file of Jaki, and I will remove Jaki 1 until 3 dot txt. Will be removed. Okay, yeah. Maybe all of this I number of syntax, and this is the more syntax. So the password the root is for give the password for your root user. But for my root user is have the password, but I forgotten for the password. And cat is for show the in of the file. Like I show you before, I have it uh, write syntax, and film and nano is for give the text in your file. Like I will like I showed before, I have file Zaki, and the in of the file Zaki is hi I'm Zaki, and use vim. Then copy is copy file, and then touch for my directory. Linux permission. In the file is there's a permission that not all of user can execute and cannot and can write uh, in a file. That the file is have the permission, but if one show the permission of the file is can only use for to for change the permission for change for see what the permission of the file is. Let's check out like this. The file is rw rw what is the meaning rw or rwx script. The meaning is rw. Rw is uh, read and write. Read write. Rwx is read write and execute. The number is 7, and rw is 6, rx is 5. Okay. Like the example is the first file rwr. So the first uh, the first code rw is for owner, and the second is for group, and the third is for others. So rwr rv is for owner, rv again second is for group, and r from the others that not owner or not group or read only. Yeah, that's what imagining file. Okay, maybe that's just all. And I cannot change for the permission of file because I should to enter the enter the to user or root. And maybe just that's all for me about the Linux fundamental. And I think there is some of my knowledge that I share for you. And if you want to ask about something about Linux, you can go to the my email is muhammadZaki867 @gmail.com. And thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, thank you for the elegance for the knowledge Linux fundamental, and maybe is that from us if there are mistake. I'm sorry, and thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.